Hi everyone, it's Christina with Shakesbears. We are Shakespeare with Puppets. And welcome to episode 13 of Shakespeare Snacks. This week we are continuing with the play The Tempest. And this is a very special week because love is in the air. So, we are going to make some very cute little puppets today. We are going to make these flying little bugs. And the reason we're making little bugs is because they are love bugs. Are you ready? Let's get started. So let's just quickly go over the supplies that we will need. First of all, a clothespin, some construction paper. You won't need too much. I have a few different colors here. We'll need a little bit of white glue and a glue stick, some scissors, a Pom Pom, a few colors to choose from, but you'll only need one, a hole punch. This is optional, it's just for decorating, and some googly eyes if you have them. And if not, some markers are a great idea to get those last little decorating details on your puppet if you don't have a hole punch or googly eyes. No problem. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is look at my construction paper and decide what color I want my love bug to be. In my sample, I used blue on the wings. And this time, I think I'm going to use pink. I have a nice pink color here. So I'm just going to draw a circle. And I have just a little piece of a toilet paper roll or paper towel roll. This is a good size to go by if you have one. It's good to trace, or if you have another something round about this size, you can trace. Otherwise, you can just draw a circle. That will be just fine. There we go. And I'm going to cut that out. Okay. Got a nice little circle shape. Doesn't have to be perfect. And now I'm going to basically fold it in half just to kind of have a guideline, because the next thing we're going to do is cut it right down the middle. Just like that. So now I have two halves. These are going to be the wings of my love bug puppet. So I can take my clothespin, and if you just hold it in your hand, the side that's closed, that's where our wings are going to go. So we're going to put one on one side and the other on the other side. Just about like that. You don't want to go too high up. You want to keep it on the side that stays closed. And if it goes over the spring a little bit, that's okay. So this might be a good time for our white glue. It sticks a little bit better than the glue stick, even though it's a little bit messier. So I'm just going to put a little bit on one side and a little bit on the other and spread it around. Now I'll glue each half of my wings, one on one side with the round part facing out, same with the other side. So that when I glue them on each side of my clothespin, they basically make a full circle shape again. If there's any extra glue, you can kind of wipe it off if you don't want it to stick together. There we go. Okay. Now we've got that part. Now we can decide what color we want the face of our love bug to be. I used green before. I think, let's see, maybe I will use blue this time. And once again, we're going to use our white glue. And I want to glue right about where the spring is. So right about here, just above where we glued our wings. And I'm going to put a little glue on either side of the wood part. Whoop. And I'm going to press my little pom-pom right on there. If you don't have a pom-pom, a cotton ball would work just fine. Or you could even cut out another color out of your construction paper, another little circle, and just glue that on there. That would also work just fine. So I'm going to press, 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 and hold. For this part, you might need to set your puppet aside for a few minutes and let it dry. But for now, we will keep going. So now let's do a little bit of decorating. So what I did with my puppet here is I used my hole punch, so just anywhere on the paper, usually closer to the edge. I'm going to poke out a few blue and maybe a little bit of yellow. Doesn't have to be too many, we don't have too much area to cover here. And you know what? Since this is a love bug, I'm also going to cut out a few hearts. I'm going to take some red paper and just make a little fold on the edge. And I'm going to make half of a heart shape. That'll look something like this. It's a little dome that comes down to a point using the edge of that fold. So when I cut that out, I have a very tiny little heart shape. Look how cute. I think I'm going to make one more for my little love bug puppet. See, there's one more. We can take our hole punch and open up the bottom and dump out those little dots that we just made. And we can start gluing them on. Here's a good time for the glue stick. It's less messy since we're dealing with small shapes here. So I'm just going to take the glue stick and trace the dots along the top of the glue just to get a little glue and start sticking them on. I'm going to take my hearts here and do the same thing. Just brush them across the top of the glue. There's one. I'm going to put the other one on the other side. And let's put another dot or two. Let's put a blue dot. Ah, there we go. Very cute. If you want to add more dots, that's great. Or if you have some markers and you want to draw and color on your wings, that would be great too. The next thing we need is some eyes for our puppet. So I have my googly eyes, but if you wanted to use one of your dots that you've poked out, or maybe just a small circle of white paper with a black dot drawn on it, you can do that also. So I've got two small googly eyes. They are peel and stick. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to peel and stick them on. Right here on the front of my pom-pom. And there's the other one. Okay. Look at that. We are just about done with our little love bugs. I've made mine a love bug. If you want to make yours a creepy crawly bug, that's okay too. Whatever colors you want, whatever decorations you want will be great. And the way you make your love bug fly is all you have to do is pinch that clothespin and the wings will flap and your bug can fly away. Thank you everyone for joining us. Once again, we are Shakesbears. You can visit us at our website, Shakesbears.com. So be sure and bring your love bug puppets on Thursday for our next Shakespeare Snacks episode. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye.